Hey guys, and welcome to a special video. This video is a special video based on the World Cup. Now, as you guys can see, I'm wearing my England shirt from Euro 2016 when England famously got beat by Iceland. Yes, I just did say that, and I can't believe I actually still got to say that, but it did happen. Iceland beat England in the Euros in France, and then they took France apart in their own backyard as well. So got back Iceland if they do well this tournament, but who knows. But anyway, I'm wearing my England shirt because yes, England are at another tournament where we expect them to do really well and rip everyone apart, but we'll probably get to quarterfinals at best, knowing England over the past 20 years. But anyway, the video is going to be based on my thoughts of this year's World Cup. I'm going to base it into 3 categories. The first category will be based on group favourites. Now, I'll be picking out teams that I think should be able to qualify to the knockout stages very easily. And then the second part of the video will contain team progression. So, whoever I pick from the group favourites, how far I reckon they'll be able to progress in the knockout stages. So, the second bit rolls on from the first, really, group favourites, and then how far that nation can progress in the knockout phase. Really simple, really. And then the final bit is going to be game of the group, what games I think will stand out in each group. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and guys, make sure to give me some feedback at the end of the video and like it, and also subscribe if you actually enjoyed the content. But for now guys, let's get into Group A. Right then, so Group A. Group A consists of Russia, Saudi Arabia, Egypt and Uruguay, for those who don't know. So like I say, we've got 3 phases to cover: group favourites, team progression, and obviously game of the group. So, as I say, it's Group A. For my group favourites in this group, I'm going to pick Egypt to be rank 1 and Uruguay to be rank 2. That's based on Egypt. They've still got a decent team without Mohamed Salah, but if they get him back in time, hopefully they should be able to rocket through if he's still on form after that injury from the Champions League final. But aside Salah, I do expect him to actually challenge, because Uruguay, yes, they're going to be up there because they always perform at World Cups, like the 2010 World Cup when Luis Suarez famously handballed it. But also Saudi Arabia, I can't see them challenging. And Russia, I reckon they'll be more concerned about the politics side of stuff rather than the actual football side of things, really. But Russia, they might actually pose a threat, we don't know. But from my personal point of view, I reckon Egypt and Uruguay to go through on Group A. So, the team progression phase, I'm expecting Egypt to finish top, as I say, and Uruguay in the runner-up position in Group A. Egypt, I'll expect them to finish round of 16, because, as I say, I'll go into my thoughts soon about Group B. But if they don't have Salah by the knockout phase, they are going to struggle, and they are going to be really worried going up front, especially if they don't score a lot of goals in the group stage. But round of 16 at best for Egypt. Now Uruguay, they always somehow deliver when it comes to the knockout stage. They always put on a little scene for us, like the Suarez handball. But for Uruguay, I reckon they'll do one better than Egypt and go to the quarterfinals before being eliminated. So, as I say, that's team progression. And game of the group, I reckon it'll just be Egypt versus Uruguay, because Russia won't be able to match up against Egypt's attack if they do get Salah. And obviously Uruguay, they've got Suarez, Cavani, Godin, and yeah, I just can't see it. So that's not going to be a game of the group, really, because El Nene for Egypt, and as I say, if they get Salah back, well, it's a winner with 2 big strikers on the globe at the minute. So that covers Group A, guys. Now then, we have Group B. Group B consists of Portugal, Spain, Morocco and Iran. Now, it's a similar kind of group to Group A. I expect 2 walkover winners in this group. which are going to be Portugal to finish in pole position and Spain to follow in second. Simply because you look at Morocco and Iran, you can't see them posing a massive threat, really. One of them might pull off like a surprise draw, but I reckon that'll be at best. And then really, when you've got like Spain who've been up there for years, 2008 to 2012, of dominance, where they won two European Championships and the World Cup in 2010. Portugal doing the same in 2016 when they won the Euros. So my group favourites have got to be Portugal, followed by Spain. Team progression, I reckon Portugal will probably face off against Uruguay. As I said, Uruguay going to probably finish in second place in my opinion, which will match Portugal v Uruguay. And I reckon, like I say, Portugal get knocked out, surprisingly. I know they've got Ronaldo, but against Cavani and Suarez and Godin, it's going to be tough for Portugal just to have it all in one man, which is Ronaldo. But then, Spain, like I say, if Salah's not back for Egypt, I know Spain haven't been like dominant force like there was in that four-year period, but I reckon Spain could actually turn Egypt over. So I reckon Spain to go to the semi-finals, Portugal complete at round of 16. Game of the group, as I say, Morocco and Iran won't pose any threat, and it won't be an entertaining game. There might be like a little spectacle on show, but Portugal v Spain is going to be like the game of that group. So Portugal v Spain, for me, pretty much stands out Group B. Now then, I'll move on to Group C. Group C features France, Australia, Peru and Denmark. Now, my group favourites, I'm going to go France by a clear margin here, because like I say, Portugal with the similar situation in Euro 2016 when they won it, they had to beat France in their own backyard. But France will be more determined this time, and they've got some promising talent coming up. Mbappe, Griezmann, Pogba, Matuidi. I could just name the full team if I wanted to, but I reckon France will actually want to prove a point after Euro 2016 how well they did. It was just a shame they lost out, really. And then they'll finish in pole position, and my other second placer in Group C will be Denmark, because Denmark still have some decent players. Yes, they've got Eriksen, and I mean Eriksen is obviously a Premier League talent, but I reckon Denmark have done okay over the last few years. They haven't done spectacular, but they've done the job, and that's what's required in the group stages. Just do your job. So, as I say, team progression time. I'm back in France to go to another final, like Euro 2016. I reckon France will actually do it this time, maybe even win it. And this is the World Cup, just because they've got promising talent coming up. Denmark, I'm not sure on. Depends who they get in Group D. Group D clash in the round of 16. But I reckon Denmark will be out soon as the next round after the group stage is complete. So round of 16 for me from Denmark. But not saying they're going to be a complete walkover. Denmark will pose a lot more threat than Australia and Peru. So, game of the group, probably the same again. I can't really say much because Australia, they might do something. I reckon Australia will be third. Peru will be last in that group. So Australia might pose a little threat, but not a big threat to Denmark. But game of the group, as I say, it'll be France against Denmark. Now, I'll move on to Group D, and this may not sound like a group of death, but I reckon it's the hardest group of everyone's. So this Group D consists of Argentina, Croatia, Nigeria, and the Euro 2016 spectaculars, Iceland. Now, we all know what Iceland can do, especially after Euro 2016, when they knocked out the mighty England, and then how they nearly took France down in their own backyard. So anything's possible with Iceland, but, and this is a but, I don't see them going through this time because, like I say, doesn't sound like a group of death, but when you've got Croatia in there and Argentina, where can you really say Iceland going from there? So I mean, yes, like Portugal, they've got the best player in the world, Argentina, with Messi, but it's more than just Messi with Argentina. They've got Di Maria, they've got Aguero, they've got Garay in defence, they've got Javier Pastore in midfield. So you don't know what's going to happen with Argentina. But what I'm saying is Argentina will do a lot better than Iceland, just simply based on that team. Same with Croatia. They've got some big players. Obviously, Modric, former Premier League player with Tottenham, now at Real Madrid, won the Champions League 3 times. Then you've got Mandzukic, who's a striker. Pjanic of Juventus. They have got some big players themselves, Juventus. They've got some big players themselves, Croatia. So, Argentina and Croatia, they won't walk the group, but they'll be a lot more dominant than Iceland, or what you'd expect. And then same with Nigeria. They'll push over Nigeria easily, I think, but Iceland, after what happened at Euro 2016, they won't want to be getting walked over. So, my team progression, I reckon Argentina will go to the semis, should they finish ranked first, forgot to mention that, sorry, and Croatia to finish in the second rank in Group D. So Argentina v Denmark, I reckon Argentina will tear Denmark, and that being Denmark's road. But Argentina, semi-finalists. Croatia to play France, and like I say, what I think about France after their Euro 2016. I reckon Croatia will be out at round of 16. As much as Croatia have got a good team, they'll challenge France, but it's a France win in my opinion. So round of 16 for Croatia and a semi-final for Argentina. Now the game of the group this time is a bit different because we know what Iceland are capable of. We like to be surprise packages. I'm back in the game of group to be Argentina against Iceland. Could be an entertaining game. It could be a high fest of scoring. We don't know, but I reckon Argentina and Iceland will be the game of the group for that one, just because of what Iceland like to do to big nations like us and France after Euro 2016. And this will be some show if they can do it in the World Cup. So we're halfway through. We've got 4 more groups to go, and this one is Group E. So Group E, we've got Brazil, Switzerland, Costa Rica and Serbia. Now, my group favourites will go like this. Brazil to finish top, because they're the standout team in that group. And then Switzerland will be the runners-up in Group E. Now, my thoughts behind this. Brazil, they had a shocking World Cup in 2014. They got thrashed 7-1 in their own back garden against eventual World Cup winners Germany. And that was just a stumbling block for Brazil. So they won't want to have another World Cup like that again and be showing up. This time, they're not in their own backyard, so it won't be too humiliating. But when you're being humbled 7-1 like that, it's just low, I'm afraid. But Brazil, group favourites by a mile. They're going to walk that group, if I'm being honest. Maybe not too much against Switzerland, but Costa Rica and Serbia won't pose too much of a threat against Brazil. Because Brazil's team does look good on paper. You've got Neymar coming back from his injury. You're going to have Gabriel Jesus. You're going to have Fred of Man United now. You're going to have what's he called? Paulinho. You're going to have Paulinho there. And then you're going to have like David Luiz, Thiago Silva at the back. And then you've got the mighty Edison in goal, who plays for Man City. So Brazil, no pushovers this year. I expect them to be out in force. Switzerland, they've got an interesting team. They've got the relegated Shaqiri of Stoke City, who want to have a good World Cup after a poor year with Stoke. But he was not to blame really at Stoke. He did what he could. So Switzerland, they're like kind of like, how should I say it, like a Uruguay. They like to entertain at the World Cup at the big stage. So I expect Switzerland to do alright as well in the group stage. From the team progression, Brazil, after that humiliating World Cup of 2014, I expect them to do a lot better, which they should, of the players I've mentioned. That calibre of players is ridiculous for Brazil, and they should not be getting humbled and thrashed like they did in 2014. So my thoughts on Brazil, they should go to the semi-finals. For Switzerland, round of 16 in my opinion. And as I say, what I'm expecting of Brazil and Switzerland, do well in the group stage. Brazil should easily walk it and at least go to the semi-finals. But Switzerland, my thoughts will come in the next part of the video with Group F approaching. And the game of the group in Group E will be obviously Brazil against Switzerland, because I can't see much of a threat of Costa Rica and Serbia putting on a big show against Brazil or Switzerland when you've got high profile names of Brazil's team playing, and you've got Shaqiri of Switzerland who want to play well against the big boys in Brazil. So I'll move on to Group F. Group F, my favourites will be the World Cup winners, Germany. You've got to put them straight at the top. No doubt, regardless who's in that group, Germany have got to be straight up there because they want to defend their crown with pride. So Germany finish favourites of that group, and then Mexico will follow in suit, second place. Germany, they've got to do it. And the others in that group, as I say, we've got Sweden and South Korea. So really, as I say, Germany will complete that group easily. South Korea and Sweden won't pose a big threat to Germany. They might nick a point, but that'll be at best, because Germany know how to win big games. They know how to win finals. They know how to win World Cups. Mexico, entertaining team, and they'll finish easily in second. I reckon they might face a task against Sweden, but South Korea, I just can't see South Korea posing any threat to any team, even Sweden to be honest. But Mexico, they'll be second in my opinion. So, team progression, Germany, I expect them to be in the final, just simply because of the span of the team. They've got some amazing players, and it wasn't easy for Joachim Löw to leave out Leroy Sané of Man City after his amazing season. He was voted Young Player of the Year, and he's still not in the Germany team. So it must be something that Joachim Löw wants to create at Germany, a big span of big players. And unfortunately, he couldn't make the cut for Leroy Sané. So Germany must know what they have in place, a big plan. And I expect them to meet France in the final. Mexico, I reckon round of 16, because like I say, this leads on back to Group E. Mexico will play Brazil in my opinion in the first knockout round, and Switzerland will get Germany. So Brazil and Germany should literally turn over Switzerland and Mexico. Excuse me. And then game of the group, just because of how poor the other two teams are, Germany and Mexico will be game of the group because Sweden and South Korea won't pose a big threat. Right then, we move on to the big one. Group G, where we've got the mighty Three Lions. This is where we talk about our team, England. Guys, and after the video I want your opinions on what you think England will do, because obviously we've got to back the country obviously, but my opinion for England could be different to yours, so please do share in the comments what you think England's progression will be at this World Cup. So, as I say, it's Group G and it's England, and in England's group we've got Belgium, Panama and Tunisia. So, for me, it's a poor group again, but this is England we're talking about. They didn't do too well against Algeria and USA in the 2010 World Cup, and we expected to be walkovers against them. But on paper, that's what it is. We should be hammering these teams, but we probably won't. It could be like, we could win 1 or 2-0, but that'll be about it. But I expect more from England. Obviously, I'm going to say this group favourites because that's what I expect. Belgium will be up there, obviously, because their team is Premier League quality. You've got Kevin De Bruyne, you've got Hazard, you've got Reginald Golan from Roma. I know that's not Premier League, but it's another star player of Belgium's. You've got Toby Alderweireld, you've got Vincent Kompany, if he does come through his injury, but we don't know on that one yet. You've got Chelsea keeper Thibaut Courtois, so it's Premier League quality. And you've also got Romelu Lukaku, who's the deadly striker on his day. So England and Belgium, my group favourites, because, like I said, the quality of England's group, it's just poor, apart from Belgium, but we are talking about England here. And Belgium, I reckon they'll be something entertaining. They might be like an Iceland of Euro 2016, an entertaining package. Especially when they've got a full team of Premier League almost. So we know what to expect from Belgium in a way, if you get what I'm saying. Because all them players are pretty much Premier League talents and what we're used to. Kevin De Bruyne as well. I could name the full Belgian team because it's Premier League quality. So, because I can't see him challenging. Can't see Tunisia and Panama challenging England and Belgium. We're expected to go through with both of us. And England, because we know what we're capable of, we'll probably get knocked out at a quarter final. Just simply because we can't perform on the big stages. We get past the qualifying rounds ahead of the World Cup and the Euros so easily, but when it comes to the big stage, we all know this. What's happens. We crumble every time, and we have to believe always. But I just can't see England doing any better than quarter final. And to be honest, I'll publicly admit this. I'm not a big fan of the manager either. I do not like Gareth Southgate. His styles of management are poor, in my opinion. Look what he did with Middlesbrough in 2009. He had a decent team. He got them relegated, and he didn't do too well with the under-21s. So, in my opinion, it's going to be another same old England. We get through the round of 16 and we get to the quarters, and it's game over from there, really. But Belgium, same again, quarterfinals. Because have they really got the team to gel as a dark horse? They're a massive favourite. The dark horse bit, they are dark horses, but would you challenge them as favourites yet? We don't know, because they've not proved anything in recent years. Like at 2014, I reckon they got to the same stage, I think it was quarterfinals, and they got knocked out. So I can't really say much on Belgium, even though they have got a nice team. It just, can they click and can they play at the right time when the big games arise? And finally, game of the group, because of Panama and Tunisia, game of the group's England v Belgium, because of the amount of quality what we've got. It's pretty much a Premier League clash anyway, as I said, because of what Belgium have got. So England Belgium, group of the game, and that's Group G. Now then, the final group. This is Group H. So it's Poland, Senegal, Colombia and Japan. This may sound a poor group, but there's quite a few big names in this group. For Poland, you've got Lewandowski. For Senegal, you've got Sadio Mane of Liverpool, obviously. You've got Idrissa Gueye from Everton. You've got Koulibaly, sorry if I pronounced his name wrong, from Napoli, the centre-back. And then obviously Colombia, you've got James Rodriguez. And you've got Kaga of Japan, who used to be at Man United and I think he's at Borussia Dortmund now. So, you may think, yeah, this is a poor group, but this could be like one of the best groups, really, in my opinion, just because of the amount of talent there is there. So, my group favourites, Poland, because they have got talent all around the pitch, apart from Lewandowski. Obviously, he's their star man, he can do what he wants, but they've got the attacking mids, I can't pronounce his name, Blakowski something. He's quite quick, sometimes plays on the wing as well, but he can also play as an attacking midfielder. And then obviously, I reckon Colombia will be runners-up in that group, because they've got Rodriguez. Well, I reckon he's like their star man again. He can do like what he wants, like Lewandowski. But for me, Poland and Colombia, so go through that group. It's not going to be a walkover for these two teams either. They're going to have to fight for their places. When you look at the likes of, let's say, England's group, you'd expect England and Belgium to walk over that group, but Group H, Poland, Colombia, Senegal and Japan, it's going to be war of roses, and that's the best way to put it, because that group has got some big talent on there, and it's going to be, as you might think, a poor group, but it's going to be quite a show to watch. Team progression. Both of these round of 16s, because they're going to get drawn up against England and Belgium, and obviously we all expect England to go through. but I don't know, because if England play that they do in the knockout rounds like they always do, Poland or well, it'll be Colombia. Colombia might cause an upset, but we just expect England to go through the quarterfinals. For Poland, I expect them to be round of 16, as I say, and get knocked out by Belgium because of the amount of class Belgium have got compared to just Lewandowski, really. You can't put De Bruyne and Hazard up against Poland's defence because they'll rip them apart, really. But as I say, Poland to finish group winners and Colombia runners-up. That'll take them to the team progression where they'll face off against England and Belgium. And my group of the game is going to be, surprisingly, Poland against Senegal, because Mane would want to put a show on. And same with his other teammates. Senegal will want to fight for their place at a knockout stage. And obviously, the players they've got, some of them actually played Premier League, a few of them, in fairness, so they'll want to prove their point and worthy of a place in a knockout phase. So that's Group H. That's the final group, and that covers all my 8 groups. But for that one, it'll be Poland in pole position and Colombia in second place to go into the knockouts. So guys, that covers my view on the World Cup. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's just been a little vlog really, and like I say, what I think of what's going to happen in Russia, which kicks off very, very soon in the next 4 or 5 days, because this video is released on Sunday, so it'll be like 4 or 5 days from there. But guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please do leave some feedback, and also I do want to hear your thoughts about England, so leave your thoughts about England in the comment section below. Like the video, and also guys, please subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more content. And also, there won't be a video for a week or so because I have a little surprise lined up. I'm gonna be doing a special number of videos coming up in the next couple of weeks, but it's gonna take a little bit of time. But for now guys, like I say, hope you've enjoyed the video. Remember, like and subscribe, it'd be much appreciated. But for now, I'm out.